Welcome to the Expansion Code Bridal Edition, the show for bridal hairstylists, makeup artists, beauty pros, and yes, even brides who want the behind the veil scoop. I'm your host, Heather Dick, bridal business coach, salon owner, and ringmaster of a 50-person squad that styles hundreds of weddings every year. Around here, we go beyond the hairspray. Think scaling your business, setting boundaries, surviving high pressure moments, and creating client experiences that everyone raves about. So, whether you're building your bridal empire or planning your big day, grab a coffee or champagne and let's talk business, beauty, and a whole lot of bridal. Hello, my friends. Welcome to season 4. It has been a little challenging to get me here recording on this equipment. I've had some inner turmoil with continuing this podcast, and I've boiled it down to it just wasn't feeling authentic enough for me in the past. Now, my previous outlook to how I had to do this, I was so scared of rambling. And so, what I would do is I would set up each episode with an outline, which I still am doing. But I was so worried about you guys getting content and getting value out of this podcast that I think I lost my authenticity a little bit. And it was too polished. And although I'm a bougie girl, I love a polished moment. That's just not real life, and my life isn't polished. I literally had to dust the equipment. I can't even remember what this thing is that I use for my microphone. I had to dust it off. That's how long it's been since I've done this, and also I've dusted my house because 'cause I'm a real person. And so I dug deep and I tried to figure out what do I wanna do this season? What do I want my message to be to my listeners? And first of all, it's still tactical things that you can take into your everyday businesses, whether that's solutions to your social media. I had a great guest that I'm gonna have on this season running ads for your business. I'm also going to kinda dig deep into what clients are doing this year, what they're doing now, their buying choices, just stuff that I'm experiencing on a daily basis. And one of those things that I realized one of the reasons why I stopped recording for months, I mean, I recorded one episode in December. It's now end of January. And I did I feel like I need to show up with my hair and makeup done all the time when I'm doing this. And that's like 10% of me, maybe 20. I don't always have my hair and makeup done, but I feel like I need to for this podcast, and that is so silly. So, you might see some hair or you might see some clips where I'm barefaced, and that's okay. I'm done polishing things. I guess that's what the message is there. Bridal hair and makeup, the business is evolving at a rapid rate. How our clients find us, how they choose us, all of these things are something that I'm really, really noticing in the industry now. I've been doing this since 2007. So you can imagine oh my God, I just realized I'm almost at 20 years. Holy good God. But one thing that is a really common ground is I'm seeing insanely overwhelmed artists. I feel like they're under supported. Being solo entrepreneurs, a lot of times they don't have that support system other than their peers, which sometimes doesn't really work because that's a lot of a very biased opinion if they're bringing them problems. And overstimulated, hands up if you're overstimulated. So many notifications, so many expectations that we're setting on ourselves. And I'm just seeing a lot of burnout. And I've really worked on that over the past year. I started working with, on a personal note, a healthcare practitioner. She's a functional medicine nurse practitioner. She did very extensive blood work for me, and my cortisol was not nearly as high as it should be, meaning I was burnt out. Shocker. And so I've implemented things like I'm not working on my computer past 6 p.m. if I can. I'm really being mindful of my scrolling if I can. I mean, these are things like it's like I'm trying, you know. The comparison, oh, you guys. When I started coaching other hair and makeup teams in my city, my constant chatter in my brain was like, "Oh man, that's what they're doing? Should I be doing that? Should Blush do that?" And then I would start to look at their Instagrams. I'm like, "Man, that's beautiful. Oh man, we should be doing that. Why are we not doing that?" Do you know how detrimental that is to your mental health and your business when you start to play that comparison game? Listen, before I started coaching and really diving into my competition's businesses to help them, I didn't look at their stuff ever. Why am I now? They have their own business, they have their own model, they have their own clients. And so when you're sitting on Instagram playing that comparison game, it's detrimental to your mental health and your business. Here's what season 4 is going to be, okay? I'm going to do a lot more solo episodes. I do love having guests, but I feel like I focused too much on guests a little bit before. Just thinking I want to bring content to you guys. That was my main goal. I want this to be so valuable. I want you to look forward to it every week. But you know what, guys? I'm valuable too. So you're going to get more solo episodes. You're going to get a lot more organic episodes in the moment. Before, when I first started this podcast, man, I batched like 20 episodes at a time. And my podcast producer at the time was like, man, this is incredible. And then we'd go to use the episodes like 8 months later. And I was like, oh, I don't really align with that anymore. That doesn't really make sense in my season. So my goal now is to do more in the moment. Here's what happened to me last week. Here's what I'm going to do. And I think that that's going to be a little bit more relatable. I'm hoping. Quick pause because I have to brag on my first business baby, Blush Artistry. If you know me, you know that blush isn't just work, it is love. And we are talking hair, makeup, skin treatments, private personal training, the full beauty experience inside and out that makes you feel like the main character, whether it's your wedding day, a birthday, or just because you love taking care of yourself. My team, they are absolute pros. They've got the talent, the heart, and the hype to make you feel amazing. That's why Blush is the go-to beauty squad in Western Canada. Can I get an amen? So if you're ready for a little glow up moment, head to blush-artistry.ca or catch us on Instagram at blushartistrymua. All right, let's get back to the show. It's so funny because I did a retreat in Italy. I've done this a couple times now. It's a business retreat for educators like myself with Jody Brown and Nicole Danielle, good friends of mine, absolute geniuses. And one of the guests there, who is actually a business coach of mine, Kelly Can, she's been on the podcast before, said she hates the word systems. Now, I hate systems. I don't know if I necessarily hate the word, but we do need to work on your systems because over the past year, working with the coaching clients that I've had, it is apparent that now we need to get that dialed in. So we're going to talk a lot about that, but not boring because I'm not boring. Confidence. I want you guys to have the confidence of a 3-year-old queen with her little clicky high heels on and her princess dress, carrying her little baby purse, ready to go to her unicorn party. That is the kind of confidence I want you to have. And then also visibility without selling your soul, without feeling like it's draining you, without feeling like you're constantly thinking about content because that is boring and that's not all it's about. What this season will not be, it's so funny because I asked chat to help. Like what I do with everyone has heard of Chat GPT. And so when I'm doing a podcast, I'm like, here's my guidelines, my episodes, here's the things I want to talk about. And so I said, tell me, give me an outline. And said, what season 4 will not be, not hustle porn. So I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm here for it. I don't want hustle porn either. It's not going to be advice like, you just got to post more and you'll get more business. That's not it. Jody Brown will tell you that. She's told me that multiple times. There's so much more to building your business than just posting on social media, although it is getting to be fairly important. There's a lot more to keep your business floating. And I'm not going to pretend like this industry is easy or that it's linear or that it's the same as it was 5 years ago because my friends, it's not. And like if we're not constantly pivoting, insert friends reference, if I had a really good editor, which I do, but if I was like a celebrity and we had the video, I would just kind of like cut in the pivot with the couch at that moment. So just envision that. I really want you guys to get a shift, and I'm also shifting as we're going through this year. I mean, it's the end of January. I've thought really long and hard about what I want this podcast to be for you, and I want it to be something where you can feel good about choosing stability and alignment over hustle, chaos, go, 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 go. I don't want people to say, like, I know you're really busy. I know you're really busy. They say that to me all the time. I'm like, I'm actually not really busy. I have a team that helps me. I'm not like that anymore. Let's talk about how you're showing up differently, how I'm showing up differently, and why you should trust your voice more than trends. Ooh, I love that. So if you are here, thank you so much for being here. If you are someone that is kind of craving a little bit more renewing energy, stability, I'm craving stability, foundations, and excitement and inspiration, I'm your girl. I'm so happy that you're here. I want you to feel less alone. I want you to feel grounded. I want you to feel clear on your goals and how to get there. And that's what I'm bringing in season 4. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun and it's going to be less structured because if you know me personally, you know that I am the farthest thing from structured. I'm fluid, I'm organic, and that's what I want to bring to you. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into the Expansion Code Bridal Edition, your VIP access to a booked out, balanced, and thriving bridal business. If you loved today's episode, hit subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow beauty pro. For more tips and behind the scenes magic, hang out with me on Instagram at IamHeatherDick or visit theexpansioncode.ca. Until next time, keep slaying those styles, leading with confidence, and remember, every detail counts, and so do you. Another little disclaimer, while I love sharing advice and business wisdom, I am not your lawyer, I am not your accountant, and I am not your fairy godmother. If you do want to be best friends, though, you can hit me up. Everything on this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only, so no lawsuits, okay?